for his alleged involvement in Russia's takeover in Crimea. That criminal case was closed in 2019. All right, let's talk about Ukraine. Paul Rykov is here, the host of the Independent Americans podcast, but also the co-founder of American Veterans for Ukraine. So, been a few developments this week, including this. Where do you think we are in all of this?
It's not getting any better.
Doesn't seem like
and
it.
it's spilling over. I think it's a reminder that this is actually a global conflict. It impacts people in countries across NATO, across Europe, whether it's the refugees or people who left Russia and now living in places like Spain. This is a global issue, and it impacts everybody's national security. And the longer it goes on, the longer the entire world is less safe. And Trump hasn't made progress with Putin. They had their big call this week, and it looks like nothing came out of it. And it feels like Putin's playing a game with Trump and the entire world, and right now he's winning it.
That has always been the question, and then what the timing of all of that would be. To that point, the New York Times had a piece that they said that the new position for Trump on the war in Ukraine was, it's not my problem. In a reversal, President Trump appears to have backed off a European push for new sanctions on Russia, seemingly eager to move on to doing business deals with it. Now, the question is, say hypothetically we, the United States, moves on. Does that mean moving on from providing arms to Ukraine, or does it mean moving on from negotiating with the two countries?
That's the question. It is his problem. It's everyone's problem, and there's no moving on, especially as long as we're a member of NATO and Eastern Europe is threatened by Russia. So he can't walk away from this. He's frustrated by it, clearly. I think he thought it was going to be over in a day or two and he was going to be able to move on to the next thing, but it requires his tension. It's still the biggest land war we've had in Eastern Europe since World War II. It impacts everybody. Russia's got nukes. He can't walk away from it.
But you don't think he will, do you? Or do you?
Who knows with Trump? We really don't know. He could be a bluff here where he's trying to outgame Putin. But we looked like we were moving forward with Zelensky and Trump after the Pope was inaugurated and after we had some conversations around the Vatican. Now it's back again. It's start and stop. But I think the key here is we've got to increase pressure on Putin. We've got to hold him accountable. And there's talk that Lindsey Graham may bring a bill to the floor of the Senate to increase sanctions on Russia, which would be welcome and could be bipartisan.
One other issue before you go this week, and we covered it live yesterday. The president came out and he made this announcement about the so-called Golden Dome, this missile defense system that seems to be modeled on what Israel has with its Iron Dome. So it's going to cost a lot of money. He says it's going to be built by the end of his term. Some say it's going to take a lot longer than that. Do you have any perspective on it, whether it's necessary? What do you think?
It's a lot easier said than done. Like peace in Ukraine, it's easy to talk big and hard to make it happen. We're talking about, Israel's got an area roughly the size of New Jersey. I mean, America is a gigantic country, and being able to pull that off logistically, strategically, militarily, and in a couple of years is a heck of a moonshot. I mean, we're probably as likely to get to Mars as we are to be able to execute that in his first term. So sounds good. Probably gets defense contractors pretty cranked up, and a lot of folks are going to be looking for new contracts, but I don't think he's going to. I'm not putting my money on it.
But do you like the idea? I mean, it goes back to Reagan in the 80s with Star Wars. We weren't ready then.
It always
sounds. Do you like the idea?
It always sounds good, but we just have to understand how gigantic America is. We can't even secure our border in the South right now. Being able to secure all the airspace over the entire country is a pretty big leap beyond that.
All right. It's the Independent Americans podcast. You have Memorial Day special this week, right?
Yep. Memorial Day's coming up. I think a lot of folks forget, but it's an important time to remember all generations of folks who died. I'm talking to Bonnie Carroll, Presidential Medal of Freedom recipient. She's a survivor herself and an incredible American. Talks about what's happening in Arlington and how we can all reflect this weekend.
Oh, that's a good one for this weekend, wherever you get your podcast. Thank you, Paul.